Well, howdy guys, welcome to episode 10 of the KillBox.
Whee!
Yeah, I'm Matt.
I'm Zach.
I'm Mike.
And we're here to talk about some War Machine today.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Nah.
We'll talk about some War Machine.
We're not going to talk about War Machine.
Ooh, bug.
Yep.
Okay. So, first things first, I want to get through with some like upcoming events. We got Dragon Con coming up pretty soon.
Dragons!
Well, that comes actually after Gen Con.
Yeah.
But Dragon Con's more in this area.
Yeah, it's more in this area.
Yep.
Gen Con is like, what, 2 weeks?
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It's in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah. Lots of events, War Machine Weekend qualifier up
I'm
there.
going, yeah.
Stuff like that. But we got Dragon Con, which is in Atlanta. I think that's on Memorial Day weekend, usually. They're holding 4 tournaments. On Friday, they have a 35-point steamroller. On Saturday, they have a 20-point modified mangled metal. And then on Sunday, they're going to do a 50-point steamroller. Okay. That's not nice. On July 27th in Augusta, Georgia, which that's already over. July 27th.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
good job.
Never mind.
Good job for announcing that.
Sorry.
announcing past events.
Scarefest, which is September 13th through 15th in Lexington, Kentucky. On Friday, there's a 35-point hardcore. On Saturday, there's going to be a Who's the Boss. And there's 3 events on Saturday. There's a Who's the Boss, a Steamroller, and a Theme Force event. So that's kind of cool. A ticket to Scarefest is going to run $60 for all 3 days. A little expensive, but
That reminds me,
but it's a horror-themed event, so I guess there's going to be other things there.
9 Inch Nails is coming here.
That's cool.
But it's $150 for a ticket.
That's a little expensive.
Well, it's a big
You should get
electronic
Lee to
music
go to that.
festival.
Yeah, Leo go.
He's like, no, these aren't lyrics from
Ugh.
9 Inch Nails. They're from Johnny Cash.
Fuck you, Lee. No one likes you, Lee. So
You sold all your War Machine.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He's fucking betrayed.
no one likes you. No. It's all in pieces anyway, so fucking
Yeah.
who cares?
I just played. I remember playing the last game with him, and he like brought his errants out, and there was just like errants, just pieces of it glued to
Yeah,
the base, and like one was just like laying down. And he was just like shuffling
It's
around.
like he just took the errant body and the pieces and just put them in a pile, glued them together in a pile, then glued them onto a base.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he does.
He's lazy.
He's a little lazy. So, today we're going to talk about a little event that me and Mike went to.
It's fun.
It was really fun. It was up in Kingsport, Tennessee. Met a lot of new people. We ran a 35-point 2-list event up there. So, let's talk a little bit about what happened. You know?
It was cool. I'm working on becoming a press ganger, so that was awesome being able to get that experience. And it was the second tournament I've like helped out running. And it was I used to, like the first tournament I ran, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. I still want to play though. Like I'd rather play. And then this last tournament I helped run. I was like, man, it's like right there. Where I'm like, man, I don't know, like I really like it. It's like it's equal. Like,
Because you get to watch all these players play these different games. But you have to sit back and be like, oh, that's kind of a bad move. But
Yeah,
you can't
can
say
learn a
anything.
lot.
But you learn a lot.
I like helping new players out too.
Right.
That's
Well, even
fun.
playing, you shouldn't say, ooh, that's a bad move.
Yeah, it's true.
On somebody else's game, that's...
Yeah. Unless you're me and you like to mind fuck them. And if it's like a really good move, I'm like, I don't know, I wouldn't do that, man.
Oh.
And I just talk to people like that during like deathclock matches.
That's not very nice at all.
Yeah, but it's not meant in a malicious way or anything like that. It's just it's basketball, man. It's like
That's true.
Fucking fat.
I'll chew on tinfoil and clip my finger off with a hedge clipper. Suck on Marlon Brando's fat out of a bag.
Ugh.
You ever seen the movie?
I've seen a chunk of it. I just remember the South Park joke.
So
They're like, oh, let's get our money back from Passion of the Christ, just like we did with basketball.
So a big thank to Nick for helping us organize the event.
Nick was awesome.
He comes from Johnson City and helped us organize at Dwayne's World, which of course today we're at the Wyvern's Tail. The Dwayne's World, great shop, beautiful shop. Probably has the most Privateer Press stuff I've seen on a shelf in a long time. An amazing amount of stuff.
Completely stocked. If you are
Really
anywhere
was.
in the area and you see Dwayne's World and you want some War Machine, you
Yes.
go there and help them out.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got everything.
They have
everything you need.
The only thing that we didn't see down there was the Ogre and Assault Corps. That was the
Out
only
of the
thing I
whole
didn't see.
line, there was only
Like I would be like, hey, I want one of these, and oh, there it is. Like here's some obscure model that's from the RPG. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. So let's talk about some of our players' lists down there. You want to go over?
I have all the lists.
We got all the lists. We'll talk about some lists and talk about some of the games, and you can kind of talk about what you think about some of these matchups and stuff. All right. Here we go.
Mr. Official here.
So who do we got? Who do we got first here?
We're going over Clay's first.
Clay's.
Because I loved his lists.
All right, let's go over Clay's lists.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a mix-up on rules, but that shit happens in a lot of tournaments.
And Clay hasn't played a ton of tournaments either.
Yeah, and we were kind of like hawks over his table. So and with Death Clock and the person not playing and us like making sure all the rules are played out accurately stuff like that, it can be a lot of pressure. So yeah, but there was a little mistake about either Bronzeback having bulldoze.
It
wasn't bulldoze.
He said the Bronzeback had bulldoze. Of course, neither of us play scoring. We're like, run the Wazer, and he has beatback. So
yeah, it was just a little rule mix up. He played. Well, he first round he got to bye. Second round he played a guy named Rush who was playing Crix. He was a pretty cool guy. He was a newer Crix player. He played his list 1, which was Lord Tyrant Hexerus. His battle group was Optimus Marketh, Bronzeback Titan, Titan Gladiator. He had a Hakar the Destroyer, Ancestral Guardian, Void Spirit, full unit of Immortals, and the Paingiver Beast Handlers. And that one, it was one-sided. Yeah.
I'm a little confused. Like, usually where you see Hakar is you see him in a Zal list. Because the Zal tier, if you run Hakar and 2 Ancestral Guardians, you just fucking punch dicks.
Just dick punches.
Dick punching.
I mean, it was a really good list.
Another thing too, like these guys have never played on the tournament level yet.
So,
almost every single one of these is a casual list.
I also might have put a little bit more soul fuel into that.
Yeah.
I might have taken the Marketh off. The Marketh is essentially...
2 Warjacks?
Yeah.
Well, Adeptimus Marketh isn't a war beast.
I'm talking about others.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a little solo.
Yeah, he's a little solo.
But it was pretty good. Like Rush had never really played Scenario, and they played it was the Scenario with the big zone in the front and the 2 on the side.
Yeah, and he pushed. No, he played the flags. It was 2 flags.
There was 2 flags. Oh yeah, it was 2 flags.
You had your flag, and then they had their flag, and he pushed his flag.
Yeah, he just put his Titan and his Gladiator on the enemy flag, and just left him there. And then all the other stuff moved around the side and engaged, and just prevented the other guy from just getting any points.
Well, he played on a river board too, which didn't help either of them. Because neither of them don't really have a ton of useful.
But how the river was set up,
Gladiators,
it was like you kind of fuck both people.
Rush.
Yeah, it gives you 2 inches in Pathfinder.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, he just put those 2 Titans on his flag, and it was just he couldn't do anything to get them off. And so he won on 6 control points and 10 kill points.
But one good thing about this tournament though was nothing but sportsmanship. Like there was not a bad game where somebody got mad about the rules. It was nothing but sportsmanship this entire game.
Yeah, everyone was really cool about it. It was. There was no rule disputes really. I mean, like it was just like
nitpicky things here and there.
Yeah,
that was about it.
But like it was a bunch of new players that were just like I would really enjoy for them to come over or like us to do another tournament for them because they were just pleasant, all around pleasant people to run a tournament for. And then his second list was Master Tormentor Morgul, Bronzeback Titan. This is what the list he played for the win against Nick. It was Titan Gladiator, Mullet Karn, Void Spirit, Paingiver Taskmasters, Paingiver Beast Handlers, and a minion unit of Gatorman Posse. And
the only thing I have wrong about that list is the min unit of Posse. I think it should be a max.
Yeah,
I don't know what you should
at this
draw.
point level.
At this point level, it was good enough to where he just ran his Gatorman Posse into to engage to kind of stem the tide of his boom howlers, and he gained some good position.
That's true. The Taskmaster also gives them no knockdown tough.
That's true.
So,
I mean,
but we'll go over some other people's lists, and then we'll go over that final game.
The final game. That's a good idea.
That was so good. And then we had second place was Nick here. And he came to Asheville one day, so we got to know him a little bit.
Came to Asheville. Came to our tournament that was at Geek Out, I think. It's Geek Out.
Oh, that was a sad day.
That was a sad day.
He's a pretty damn good Merc player. He plays Highborn. I don't want to show that to the camera.
I can't show that.
It is an obscene model.
It is a Whirlpool Pureblood.
Yeah.
That has a penis model.
An erect ejaculating penis modeled onto the model.
Nice big spray.
It's not good.
So his first list was Bartolo with Galleon, Wishnailer, and Vanguard. Full Boom Howlers, Iona and Holt, and Dougal McNeil. Just pretty much Galleon just makes him
kind of a skewed list.
Yeah, he's a centerpiece. At 35 points, you really couldn't add this bull snap and snap draw and all that stuff.
But he's still done the work that he needed to do.
Yeah, it was a damn good list. And then the second list was Damiano with Rocinante, full Halberdiers, Min Cav, Steelhead Cav, Alexian the Risen, Gun Mages plus the UA, Iris, Ragman, and Rupert. And both of them were pretty damn good lists.
Great list.
It's definitely a good matchup, though, the pairing, because it's got Mullet Karn, which has a ridiculous alpha strike against that.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but Mullet Karn got his shit shot off the table.
Yeah. Let's
it was Bart and Tormentor Morgul was the last matchup.
Right.
That was really good.
Then our third place.
Yeah, third place is Casey. He played really interesting Kador list. He played Stragoff with Spriggan, Marauder. He played just the Widowmaker Marksman, the Greylord Turnian, Kiyazi Assassins with the Underboss, and then he played Assault Commandos. And I enjoyed seeing that because they did well. They did very well.
They really did.
They held a whole flank against Errants.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, I mean,
Errants, he won that game.
I mean, shooting Assault Commandos, Errants still need nons to kill. Mm-hmm. It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Needing nons to kill Assault Commandos and them only needing sevens back is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. He was he did really well with that list. He won on scenario with 5 control points. His second list was P. Vlad with the War Dog, Spriggan, and Marauder. He loves his Spriggan and Marauder. Kovnik Joe, Winter Guard Infantry with the Standard. He had 1 weapon attachment, 1 Rocketeer, Chaosi Assassins, the Underboss, and Iona and Holt.
Yep. That's pretty much a standard people ad list. So let's talk about probably one of the most exciting games of the day.
That was
Travis. Yeah, let's take the Travis list and Kevin's list.
God, that was such a fucking good game.
Let's talk about them for a little while.
Get out of there. Okay, so Travis won sportsmanship, by the way. He got he was
a great guy.
Really
Everybody
good.
seemed to enjoy every game that he played.
Yeah. He played, first list was Prime Krios, Reckoner, or 2 Reckoners, a Redeemer, Vassal Menoth, Min Choir, Prime Iris, Exemplar Errant's Full with the UA, and 1 Rack.
Probably switch out the Prime for an Epic Iris. Mm-hmm. Besides that, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, other than that, maybe would have run 1 less Reckoner and put some more units
I think
in.
the reason he runs Prime Iris is so...
The pop and drop?
Yeah, pop and drop. You get the automatic 3 points. Wait, actually,
no, you do the...
It shoots off all their focus.
Shoots off all their focus, and they can't...
Oh, yeah, Prime Iris does the Disruptor bolt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pop and drop on... Yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
The list that he played this... Yeah, the fun game that we saw today.
Yeah, he played Fiora? Epic Fiora with Adjudicator, Min Choir, Vassal, full Exemplars, the book, the old coloring book, Dart and Vilman, and 2 Paladins of the Wall, and his Paladins were doing pretty damn good in that game.
That was a good game.
And then
what did Kevin play against?
Kevin played his
Lich 3 list, I think.
Yeah, Asphyxius the Hellbringer. Yeah, it was. He played, Asphyxious 3, Kraken, Mechanothralls full with 3 Brute Thralls, Styxis Raiders with the Sea Witch, and Necrotech, Scrap Thrall, and a Pistol Wraith.
So, I mean, the first things first, the field, just the battlefield, looked amazing. You had 2 fully painted armies fighting against each other.
Yeah.
I mean, just visually stunning.
Kevin's Cricks were like
it was an amazing paint job. Like
he primed them white and just washed them. I think that's how he did it. But they looked fucking amazing. Like it was ridiculous. It's one of the best paint jobs I've seen.
So the game was just a total slugfest. Just total
it went down.
Knockdown, drag out slugfest. The Mechanic Thrall's done so much work.
Yeah, he got 2 charges with the Brute Thralls onto the Adjudicator and like a couple little Mechanothralls. But at first he had shot into it with the Kraken and softened it up a little bit, I believe. But the Brute Thralls did heavy damage to him with their combo strike.
But it lived for 1 round.
Yeah, it lived. I think it had. No, that was the Galleon. The other. It
had like
a little
4 or 5 health left.
Yeah, it was hurting. And he came and finished it off with the Kraken though. Yeah. It went like he lost Adjudicator, and it would look like he was just about to get like steamrolled. And then it went back the other way.
Yeah,
he set some shit on
Fiora
fire.
feet turned, and everything that had charged the Kraken got set on fire. And then Fiora charged the Adjudicator. She sprayed over all of it, set it all on fire. Feet turned it, allocated all the stuff, killed Vociferon.
She killed Vociferon at the beginning.
Yeah, killed it pretty early.
With a crazy rocket, just like clipped
a
Vociferon.
Double pop.
Yeah.
Killed Vociferon. But then Lich stayed on fire for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he was on fire the rest of the game. Because there was like this big forest in the middle, and both of them were hiding maybe 6 inches apart, but they were both, it was probably about 7. We're just both hiding behind the just camping focus. So, it's so funny.
After the Kraken killed the Adjudicator, the turn after that, he decided to trample the Kraken over to kill Fiora. Missed his first attack, right? He trampled over, ignored his, got rid of his initials, bought an attack, missed the attack, and then Fiora killed the Kraken by herself.
Killed the Kraken. Yeah, and then it came down to basically at the end of the game there was a Paladin, the book, and Justice Fixius on the flag. On his opponent's flag, and then on Epic Fuhrer was just sitting on his enemy flag, just dominating. Yeah. And then it came down to I can't clear this off, so he tried to run around, and it just didn't happen.
He could have tried to clear the zone. If he did clear the zone in that one turn, it would have been a draw. Because they would have both sat there and kept it 6 points over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the best games I've seen that it just went just back and forth.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Epic Fiora feet turn. He was just sitting back there with without escort, because that's the only thing he had was Adjudicator, and it was down. And he just popped his feet, got a bunch of armor, and sat with 28 armor.
Yeah,
it was about 28 armor.
Man, what you gonna do? It was good. It was a good game. So let's talk about our final table, or actually let's give us some shout outs to the rest of our players that played, because they were all really cool.
Hippie was awesome.
Hippie, really cool guy.
Yeah. He was really cool. We had Rush, who's a newer Crix player. He was awesome. Jed playing a tier 4 P. Balder. That was his only list. He did pretty well.
Really fun.
And then that's pretty much it.
Oh,
and we had Simon.
No one cares about Simon.
No one gives a fuck about Simon. He had some really good lists. He had the first list was Butcher of Kardov, War Dog, Black Ivan, and Behemoth. Kobnik Joe, Madeline Corbeau, Winter Guard Infantry, 3 Rocketeer attachments, the Officer, and Gorman.
So full Winter Guard boat.
It was. He played against Hippie and just wiped him off the table. It was crazy. And then Hippie was happy about it. He was like, I learned things from this, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he played Pete Irisk with War Dog, Beastar 9, Iron Fang Kobnik, Saxon Orc, Finrus, Iron Fang Pikeman, Black Dragons and Chaosi Assassins and Chaosi Underboss. And he didn't even play that list. Yeah. He didn't play that list, did he? No, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't play that list at all.
I forgot my Covenant.
Yeah, it wasn't Divide and Conquer. It was just...
it was just like I said, this is the first tournament they've had in their area since probably Mark 1. So, it's been a while. So yeah, let's talk about our final table.
Oh my god. This game was
It
really
was a slugfest too. It was back and forth, back and forth.
So, Nick played his Bart list with Galleon, Wishnailer, Vanguard, Full Boom Howlers, Aeona Holt, and Dougal McNeil. And then Clay played the Morgul, kick your dick in, crazy Moloch, Gladiator, Titan, Void Spirit, Paingiver, Taskmaster, and Beast Handlers, and a minion to Gatorman Posse.
So, Colton got to go first, right?
Clayton
got to go first, sorry. Clayton went first, ran his stuff up. Standard kind of, run your stuff on first.
He had his battle group in the middle. Gatorman and Posse were off to the side just a little bit, and then his beast handlers and everything were on the left. I can't remember who went first.
Actually, I don't think he did go first. I think Nick went first.
Yeah,
and ran his stuff up. He then cautiously advanced, and then on Nick's second turn, Dougal walked up, mini-feeded, and he put a few shots into Moloch Karn and then dragged him in and killed Moloch Karn.
He failed to kill Moloch Karn on that.
No, he killed Moloch Karn.
Did he?
Yeah.
Because I remember him having to walk around and try and...
he put a couple of shots in on Moloch with boom howlers, dealt a little bit of damage, and then pulled him in.
Yeah, I guess he did finish him off with that Power 21. I remember him having to...
He just put some random shots in to make sure he killed him, because he is kind of hard to hit, but...
Yeah. And then, but he had two, Bronzeback and the Gladiator sitting right behind it.
Let's talk about the admonition charge.
Oh yeah, I guess the Vanguard charge.
Yeah, he threw admonition onto the Gladiator.
Yeah,
into the
whatever had the counter
Bronzeback.
Bronzeback. Yeah, so he threw admonition on the Bronzeback, but then it has counter charge, and I guess he moved his Vanguard in.
He charged it
with a charge, and then he admonitioned away and counter charged it, and I was not paying attention, and I looked and I was like, wait, what are you doing? Because I thought it was Clayton's turn, and then somehow I was forgetting. I thought that the Vanguard had some kind of counter charge or some out of turn activation, but it was actually Shield Guard. It's got rules mixed up.
I'm not sure that works that way.
It works.
If it's not the active player's turn, they choose the order.
Well, see, that's what I thought had happened, was that it was Clay's turn, and he was trying to admonition and then countercharge. If it was his turn, he would not have been able to do it. But since he was not the active player, he was able to get charged by the Vanguard, and then admonition away, and then countercharge back in. So that was a pretty good little tactic.
It's really good.
But yeah, I was talking to Nick about why he brings the Vanguard in, and it made really perfect sense. He doesn't play the Vanguard back and to shield guard some maybe Wishnailer or on Bart or Ion and Holt or something like that. He just batten down the hatches and just runs the Vanguard straight into their shit. Because he's only 5 points. Batten down the hatches. It's a tough little light jack. And it forces them to sacrifice so much to devote to killing that Vanguard that it gives him better board position to get Galleon in to start shooting and get the Boom Howlers in a position to screen the Galleon properly. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool little tactic.
So on turn 2, Moloch Karn's dead.
Yeah, Moloch Karn was dead.
And then Clayton. This is where we got the rules dispute with the thing.
With the
although I looked at the battlefield, I honestly think the Gladiator could have moved over and killed the Vanguard or threw it out of the way.
Yeah, I honestly don't think the Bulldoze would have been that big a deal. Because the other Gladiator did nothing.
Right.
He just sat back.
She stood there.
And so he could have moved. Yeah, he definitely could have moved around.
He could have moved, or actually he could have slammed. And since he had hardhead and follow up, slammed through.
He could have done that, and then
done the same. It would have worked out the same way.
Yeah. So I don't think it would have had too much of an impact.
Or he could have just admonitioned away and not countercharged back.
Yeah.
Because countercharge is a May ability. You don't.
Yeah. He could have admonitioned away, still had the exact same target, still had the same. When he charged in, he could have admonitioned to the side and just been like, meh.
Well, yeah, because after that had happened, the Vanguard was open to charge Morgul he loaded up with the Vanguard, and it hit Morgul, and he had to roll.
Well, let's talk about his turn first. That was the next turn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because it's fucking awesome.
Clayton's next turn he rushed,
Gladiator.
abused,
Bronzeback.
Bronzeback. Rushed it,
abused,
abused, and whipped.
Yeah, whipped.
And charged the Galleon.
And
took the Galleon to 4 hit points.
4 hit points. No, it was just the Cortex, it was right arm and Cortex.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 hit points, and that's all he needed. It may have been movement
He needed not to double 1 on one attack, and he doubled 1 on an attack.
And it was like one of the first attacks, and Clay called it. He's like, "That's it.
Yeah.
I needed that," and that shit sucked.
Yeah.
So the Galleon survived.
The rest of his turn was dealt with.
Trying to deal with that Bronzeback in his face.
The rest of Clayton's turn nothing really else happened.
Yeah, it was all setting up to get that Bronzeback.
Because to be honest, as soon as that Bronzeback didn't kill the Galleon, it's like his face just went whoa.
Yeah.
Like he was like, well, I'm done.
And then there was a really cool sportsmanship thing about Clayton was unsure about perfect balance. He read the rules.
No, that's on third turn.
That was that on third turn?
Third turn.
That was after.
Yeah, because or else he wouldn't be able to have charged him.
Oh yeah.
Popped his feet.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much that turn.
That was that turn. That was.
And then it went to Nick, and
Nick's third turn, he popped his feet.
No, he popped it before that.
Nope.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Because if he popped the feet before that, it would have knocked down the Bronzeback when he charged.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking, maybe I can't really remember.
On this turn, he
chronological things don't work with me. I just remember big events.
On this turn, he loaded up the Vanguard to 3 focus. Started off with the Galleon. The Galleon took no attacks on the Bronzeback. Decided not to even shoot the Bronzeback. Shot at nothing but Morgul. Put Morgul down to 5.
4 or 5.
No, 5 health.
5 health.
And then loaded up then the Vanguard charged Morgul. Missed his first attack, missed his second attack, hit on his third attack, needed a 4 to kill, rolled a 3.
Dude, triple
Boosted.
ones.
Boosted.
Triple one bolt, yeah. And he was left with 2 hit points.
Yep. Left with 2 hit points.
He needed a 5.
Needed a 5, yeah, that's right.
And he rolled triple ones. So he had 2 hit points left. And it was just puckered buttholes on both
it was
sides.
just puckered. Because then Bart activated, moved up and feeded. To be like, well, you can't kill me now.
Okay, I remember that. And then he was like, and then that's when the perfect balance thing came in.
On Clayton's third turn, he tried to move up because he thought perfect balance gave no knockdown.
Yeah, but in actuality, it's just your defense doesn't lower when you get knocked down. It's the same thing Shay has. They really have almost the same stat line.
It's pretty much
Shay has less mat, but he has like 17 defense, 13 armor.
Bronzeback scrapped the...
Yeah, finally scrapped it.
1 hit.
Yeah, just one hit it.
And then some like beast handlers whipped some random boom howlers.
Yeah, I don't know, just whipping some shit, just doing that 1 point of damage. And then I guess the Bronzeback was on was still right in front of the wreck, and then Bart moved over to try and handle the Bronzeback.
He sprayed him.
Yeah, he sprayed him.
Didn't do anything.
And about that time, that's what happened. It was just Bronzeback just tore into Bart.
Yeah. Next turn, Bronzeback tore into Bart.
And Bart.
Next turn he couldn't move because he feeded.
Oh yeah.
Next turn he didn't move.
Yeah.
They had kind of a dicking around turn.
Yeah.
They moved around a little bit. The Gladiator got in the way. Morgul camped 4 Fury. The Vanguard charged back in on Nick's 4th turn. Didn't kill Morgul. Transferred to the Gladiator. Bart moved up, tried to kill the Bronzeback. Failed to kill the Bronzeback. The Bronzeback ate him on the next turn.
Yeah,
it's great.
It was
great game. It was just back and forth all game.
Also, perfect balance doesn't do your defense thing. You can't take free strikes, and when you're knocked down, you can stand up for free.
So you don't retain
groundwork. That's
groundwork,
one thing. Groundwork, not the same thing as Shay. Groundwork.
You do not retain your defense, which is the big downside for Morgul. Because when he gets knocked down, it's just you're dead.
He's a putty. He's just putty. Like he falls apart. So overall, great tournament, great turnout. We thought it was going to get like between 4 and 6 people. We got 9, which is pretty good for the area. Well, on all new players except for Nick. Like I've never seen any of these players. They just really came out of the woodworks. And now that we know that those players exist, maybe we can get them more integrated in our meta.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
So, just grow and grow and grow and grow. So it was really
definitely want Kevin, and like Kevin was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, great tournament, great store. Check it out, Dwayne's World, if you're in the northeastern Tennessee area. Great place.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Great. So let's talk about Terminus today. We have a little Terminus here. He's dancing. So, what do we want to talk about? Want to talk about a normal Terminus list, or?
I'll talk about what I'm planning on my Don't throw my Terminus. I just painted him. I'll talk about my future Terminus list, not the one I'm taking to Gen Con, because I don't want... I mean, I don't know who's going to net deck me, but I would rather not that happen, because I would probably...
There's some like dude who's like, you know what, fuck them KillBox guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to build my list just around that motherfucker.
That would probably put me on tilt, but...
let's be honest, a lot of things put you on tilt.
I'm a madman.
Just putting that out there.
It's true. I'm
fucking Avatar.
I'm sorry.
Oh god. Okay, sorry for interrupting.
But I'm probably going to. I'm trying to get a second unit of Mechanothralls and a unit of Blackbanes, so I can run Blackbanes and him, because Incorporeal and Tough is pain in the ass.
He was talking about his painting scheme for his second unit of the McThralls.
Yeah.
Of like tuxedos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sculpt tuxedos onto them.
I think you should do the 1920s bare knuckle brawlers. Do little mustaches, green stuff, some skin on them, and have the little fisticuffs and try to just a whole bunch of units of just like.
No, I got green stuff, wife beaters on all of them, and suspenders.
Yeah, there you go.
Pants and slacks.
Yeah,
and just some crazy mustaches.
Just some big mustaches, and they can just be the old style pugilists.
I might have to
be fucking awesome.
Cut and rebend some arms there for the pugilism fists.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Because you'd just be like...
I just wanted him classy, because
classy.
Because he's kind of royal colored.
Yeah, well, he's a classy dude. Like, he has the little cufflinks and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's got the little pillowy arm things.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got some arm there, too. He's not all robot.
No, he's...
Not all robot.
Not yet. Well, he used to be a pirate, so they're kind of foofy.
He wasn't even a pirate king. He was like one of the underling pirates.
Oh, really?
And after all the pirate kings died, he was like, I'm really good at doing my job. And Torik's like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
This little gimpy hand is so funny.
Well, it's because his other hand's holding a giant fucking sword.
And like reverse wise too. Like I'm gonna.
He's like,
deflect
I'm gonna
blows.
video game you in the face.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a damn good model, man. It's a good paint job.
Cool. Sweet.
He's one of the first ones I've used. I'm using Future Floor Wax or whatever to coat it.
No, too much. Close your eyes. No face recognition.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks pretty good. He's got purple and blue, and the wings look really good.
Looks sweet. So let's talk about the list. Let's talk about the list.
Basically, it's gonna run. I'm gonna pull some stuff. I'm gonna pull basically the Bane Knights and the Wither Shadow Combine out of my other list, and I'm gonna run 2 Necrosurgeons, 2 units of Mechanothralls, because the unit of Mechanothralls is 5 fucking points, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
so cheap in the game.
I don't
also
know.
really expensive if you really think about it. The
Oh,
brute
yeah.
thralls.
The Brute Thralls.
Yeah.
They're 1 point apiece. Well, they're not. They're
Like
cheap
monetary?
in the game.
No, I'm talking about like over your wallet. Like
Yeah.
you're like, have my money.
You want to know the most expensive is the Creel unit.
A full Creel
Creel Warriors
is 11 points in the game, but it's $160.
I have a full unit of Creels.
I might buy them off you pretty soon.
You
Here.
want to use 2 units?
Pre-gristle or
I will
prime
let you-
bristle tier unit.
I will let you use them,
42
but I will
Creels.
probably get back into Trolls eventually, so I don't want to sell them.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Dang it, Bobby.
Okay, so we got mech thralls.
Mechanothralls, we're going to run Black Banes, we're going to run Bane Thralls with the UA, I know the UA only gives them tough, but it also gives them dead rise, which is super nice because you can
stationary too, man. I just found that out that it takes away stationary and not only knockdown.
Yeah.
So that
that's when you freeze and grip that unit, you have to pop them out. You just got to kill them out of it.
It's 2 axes that does that. So just pew pew 2 axes. But it's also really nice that you can move him you can move that entire unit out of the command range and still have tough. Because he's got that 10-inch command bubble around him that gives tough. And you're like, just move these guys out of here. And they're like, ha, they don't have tough. And it's like, no, I got the UA. Suck it.
Yeah. And then you can, just have the Mick Thralls around Terminus to sack pawns and have them tough.
He is Signar's worst enemy.
What you do is you space the Mechanothralls out just enough to where if he's not hard to hit. I mean, he's only like defense 12 or 13.
Well, he's an apotheosis guy, so all of them are like between 12 and 14.
Yeah. He's not that hard to hit with boostable guns, but a lot of the boostable guns are Darius. A lot of the boostable guns are only AoE 3, so you just put them on the very edge of his base almost. You just keep them out of that AoE range, so you're just like, okay, I took a boostable gun, well, that Mechanothrall's dead.
The damage is gone.
Yeah, and you can spread them out more if you want, but if they've got something that can run through your lines, you kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah. Like Chaosies, stuff like that.
Chaosies are really fun for that. But I guess you talked about that. Did you guys do one of these last week? Because I wasn't here last week.
No, we did not, because it was horrendous.
Yeah, we did film. This is our second episode,
and it was
10.
Horrendous.
But we scrapped it. It was just.
What about
it was nothing but rage and fueled meat slap. That's the only thing it was. Fish slap.
We were just talking about random shit.
Video?
We didn't talk about
fish slap. Yeah. Did you guys not talk about the
newcasters?
I was going to talk.
Yeah, we went over
talk
them a
about
little
that,
bit, but that was the only thing we talked about.
That was
for like
the
15 minutes, and the rest of it is just us just making jokes and shit.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was funny,
but if you guys talked about the newbie tournament we ran a couple weeks ago.
We didn't talk a ton about it.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering because I remember I'd gotten here right as you guys were finishing. I'm like, you guys talk about my Terminus fight? Because during the newbie tournament, Simon mistakenly lined up his entire unit of Chaosies, and I got 1 Bile Thrall purge, killed the entire unit of Chaosies minus the underboss, and flew Terminus over and punched Butcher in the face.
That will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Butcher stood up to it. It took you 11 focus to get through him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Your
it runs a Stalker as well. Because it's his minimum Warjack points, and you can just throw a Stalker out there, and it's got. I don't have this particular list out.
Okay.
I don't have that particular list. I'm pretty much making it
once you're done with explaining, I wanted to ask you some questions
off the top of my head.
Some particular.
So just a normal Stalker.
Yeah. Just a normal Stalker. Also, it's really good for taking out tough stuff because it's got
combo Stalker.
Yeah, you could Rampage the Stalker if you wanted to.
But Chiefs and Creole Warriors.
Yeah, it's got what is the Grievous Wounds on its weapons and Arcane Assassin.
So yeah, it's a pretty and it's got Leech too, right? If you check its control range, it's doubled.
It's doubled.
Yeah.
Control range.
It's pretty cool.
Which is super nice, especially because he's only focus 6.
Sneaky little fucker. He's stealth too, I believe, right?
Stealth, Pathfinder.
He's defense 14.
I think he's got standard Crabjack.
So 15.
No, Crabjacks are small or slower than that.
Dang it.
They're like they're either 13s or 14s.
I remember seeing his card. I remember seeing that it was pretty fucking high.
I think he might have more armor than a standard Crabjack and less defense.
Right. But yeah, they're really cool little white warjack.
Oh yeah,
a lot of work out.
Are they lights?
Or not Crabjack? I meant Bone Chicken. He's defense 16, armor 13.
Yeah.
So blast damage,
stealth and Pathfinder. Yeah.
So he's got more defense than a Bone Chicken, but less armor because they're
way low hit points. Way low hit points.
Yeah. But he's got 2 initial attacks.
No arc node because he doesn't really need an arc node.
Does not.
He doesn't cast any spells, but for the first turn, and he just upkeeps that 1 spell.
Yeah, pretty much just casting Malediction turn 1 and upkeeping it.
Yeah, that's all you do.
You really don't. I mean, you can if you want, but it doesn't suit his play style. Basically, you just jam him in the face, and they can't kill him.
You want your army to do
base.
things. You want your army to be like, yeah, go do that.
Yeah, he's armor 18 base, so sitting on all focus, he's armor 24.
And then with feet turn, he can become ridiculous.
Armor.
Oh yeah,
I've seen him in armor 35.
I think I went to 32 during
Lawrence's match.
I know I got more during Simon's though. It might have been 33 or 34.
Okay.
But
that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, you get those dudes in there.
So why do you want to bring the Blackbanes with them?
Because they are incorporeal and they're hard to hit, and when they get hit while they're within 10 inches of him, they get tough.
Now you cannot sack. Now you can't
I cannot
sack
pawn, but that's why I'm running 2 units of Mechanothralls. And they're going to be, honestly, the Blackbanes are going to be much farther away.
Yeah,
they're faster.
Well, not only they're about the same fast.
They're kind of
they don't.
They don't. Oh, I'm talking about
you're thinking of the
Revenants.
The Revenants.
Yeah.
So
these guys that have the
they're ghosts.
Auto fire weapons.
Yes, they got the
auto
auto fire
reanimated.
weapons.
Like if they kill something, another one pops out.
Yep.
But they can't go over like 10 or something like that.
No, they can go over 10. I just don't have. Well, when I get them, I'll probably buy some extra blisters. But if you kill Blackbane out of that, they don't.
Yeah,
get that
they have
anymore
granted
because it's
reanimation.
granted.
That's what it is. Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty damn good list.
Yep.
What don't you like to see when you're playing turns?
Guns mostly.
Sprays.
Sprays definitely. Anything that removes from play, because I'll be running 2 units of Necrosurgeons to put 6 back a turn. But if they can kill more than 6 a turn, that's unfortunate for me. Or 2 if they're removing from play more than 6 a turn. Or if they're removing from play any a turn is really unfortunate. But that's the bane in Crix a lot of times anyways, because there's a lot of recursion mechanics in Crix.
Or like Morvana with Carnivore.
Yeah, Shatterstorm casters.
Carnivore doesn't work because they're all undead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Carnivore
you can't get corpse tokens from them. You just be souls.
You want Shatterstorm casters.
Yeah, Shatterstorm. Trolls do not have much.
Remove from play effects.
Yeah.
You can run Slaughterhousers. Can't you?
Yeah. You could get the frog guy because he can RFP stuff.
That's a crit consume.
Yeah.
Very rare.
I've seen him crit consume Tartarus, and that's super unfortunate.
No, Tartarus is a medium base.
Can he not crit consume?
Can only crit consume small base. So whoever did that shit was
fucking liar.
Now I have seen Hyperion crit consume nearly entire units of things.
Oh yeah, with AOE 5. Yeah.
That's frightening.
Blue. That's why I play trolls. Oh, you crit consume some burrowers, and they already did their job.
I like crit devastate.
Yeah. Devastation.
Trolls
so I'd imagine some quick Signar units with like maybe some Tempest Blazers with some E-Leaps to get those Stitch Thralls to scalpel out some of your like, because it's kind of a house of cards. If you take
Stitch Thrall has sacrificial thing as well.
So
if they're hit, the little dudes and Mechan Thralls.
Okay.
So they can sacrifice shots off of them on the little dudes that collect corpses.
Is it self-sacrifice?
I believe so.
What's the wording on it?
Now,
or is it sack pawn?
An E-Leap is not all at the same time.
Because it depends on what the rule name is. Because if it's self-sacrifice, then yeah. But if it's like sack pawn, E-Leaps will get through that.
Yeah, it's sacrificial pawn. So
so you can like shoot one of the little crouchy dudes and then hit. Like,
the little crouchy dudes are surprisingly high defense.
Yeah,
they're defense 14.
Yeah, so that's Tempest Blazers will hit them half the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're at 7s.
Yeah, I really don't want to see stuff that eats through my infantry because that's unfortunate.
Pecan.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh, Pecan will just fuck him.
Pecan snipe him and
that is Pecan's, like, him and Pecan did not get along at all. Pecan's just like, your army's gone.
Well, not only that is he can cut his teeth on all my Mechanothralls, and then like his last couple of shots during his feet turn just fucking murder the shit out of him.
That would be E-Cane with Spellstorm.
Yeah.
P-Cane is the one that gets a shot on everything in his controller, ignoring intervening models.
Yeah, that would... If he gets close enough,
360.
just shoots all of my Mechanothralls, because Mechanothralls have like the worst defensive stats.
Yeah, he's Rat 8 and they're Defense 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, he walks up, he feeds,
he's going to miss
teleports away.
20% of them.
Yeah, it's vicious.
Yep.
Vicious.
Vicious.
Yeah. And then anything with a boostable gun that can snipe is kind of annoying.
Vicious stuff.
What is this? Oh.
No.
Yeah, it's not a battle box.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Oh, we got...
So what do you like to see?
Other infantry heavy lists.
Yeah, I would expect so.
Oh, yeah.
Living infantry
Devastating.
is snacky.
I mean, I think he's really good against Morvana.
The epic one?
Yeah.
Does Taking Souls doesn't remove from play though, does it?
But I mean, you have so much infantry to smash against her infantry,
Yeah.
and you have more resurrection than she does. She can do it once.
Yeah.
You can
I
do
have
it
much more
over and
recursion.
over and over and over.
It's every turn. You're not doing it as much, but at the end, you're netting more models per turn than her 1 feat turn.
And unless they get a teleport in, he's relatively invincible through most of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of the infantry's going to scratch him. It would be like a Warp Wolf stalker or something that teleports in to get on him.
Yeah, after Terminus has converted his souls back into focus, eat ears. No prime ears. Whichever one can make your focus drop off.
That happens during his turn, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You're talking about after his focus.
after his souls have been converted
so when
back
he's,
into
when
focus.
he's sitting there
and he's
being
sitting on all-
invincible and he gets shot.
Yeah,
Well,
the turn after.
Technically,
all the
you
things
get 2
die.
turns of being invincible.
Yeah.
Because on his feet turn, those
he
souls
gets those are just
become
souls.
armor.
You can't fuck with those souls when he's collecting them. But the next turn,
and
when
they also become armor.
Yeah.
As well.
And then so the next turn when souls become focus, whichever Iris has the one that can make him drop focus. That's
Both
like,
of them can drop it.
Yeah, I think both of them can drop focus.
I think only Prime.
I don't want to play
Iris.
Iris.
Iris drops
Anima and upkeep.
Anima and
I thought
upkeep.
she drops the focus.
She disrupts. I don't think she drops focus. I think whichever Iris.
But, but you can get it back.
Yeah, Iris or whichever Iris.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got it. There we go.
Yeah, both
Thank you,
Iris
Simon.
drop focus.
Yeah, so you just get Iris in there and shoot Terminus, and all that is gone. All of his focus is gone.
Well,
he could be sitting on 15 and it's all gone.
Generally, if I'm sitting on a bunch of focus, I'm gonna go get work done with that focus. I'm gonna fly up onto something important and kill it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, but just in case, like, if you are, if he's not within, or he's trying to camp on scenario, or it happens. There's stipulations, Not every Terminus player is going to be loaded up on focus and have something to use that focus on. So he's like, well, you know what? I'm going to camp this scenario.
I'm a really aggressive player, so I tend, if I get loaded up on focus, if you're within my control range, I'm going to try to.
It is an option.
Yeah, it's definitely an option. Because there are a lot of people who play him very passively.
It's true.
And
we like to sit him on your friendly objective and just dominate it for 2 turns. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. So what else do you not like that you do like to see? Doesn't he have he has a good
addiction.
He has a good Minoth matchup, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. Because we don't really play many Minoth players here.
Yeah, we got a couple in the works.
The problem with the Minoth matchup
totally
would
wants
be
his army to do the job. I mean,
yeah. Like, I'm fine with a bunch of Warjacks because my thralls would eat through.
You're not giving them any good targets. That's the good thing about Minoth. It's like if they're running heavy Warjacks, they want juicy targets.
Yeah.
And you have no juicy targets in your army to be like, hey, come shoot.
Yeah,
us.
playing Epic Doom Shaper with Mountain King and stuff like that, I would never want to play Terminus because Crix just shuts down all the snacking, all the kill shotting, fucking everything. And then on top of Dark Shroud and Malediction.
Oh, I forgot Madeline Corbeau.
Yeah, Madeline Corbeau
is good on her.
And I definitely run Bile Thralls because Bile Thralls are amazing for his feet.
Yeah, Bile Thralls are good.
Really good.
And things to watch out: Forsaken. If he's sitting on a bunch of shit, a Forsaken will just one-shot Terminus. He'll be sitting on a shitload and just, bloop, you did.
I mean, there's a few like weird hard counters with him. Isn't one of the Reclaimers kind of a hard counter to him?
Because all of his souls that die, he his commander he takes no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about with Testament of Menoth's new tier list. It seems pretty damn good. He has a rule called the Omegas, and that's a good way to fuck Terminus on his. If you have played the Testament, and he pops his feet, moves his shit in, and is kind of like he may get some souls from killing your stuff, but if you kind of depending on getting the other half of you killing his stuff, you just put him within 10 inches. It's risky.
That's very risky.
It's very fucking risky, but you can stop him from getting souls, and then you from there. You would probably it's probably be a good idea to
it would probably be something more along the lines of him making the Terminus player making a mistake and getting him within 10 inches of him.
Yeah, I mean it's the rule is good, but you have to be within 10 inches of Terminus. And being within 10 inches of Terminus is not good. Even Terminus with 5 or 6 focus. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need all that ridiculous amount, But
the reason a lot of people load him up on souls beforehand, and then he
is
sits
the
on
free
focus.
strikes. When he flies free strikes, it's like I don't give a shit. Armor 35. Fuck it.
I did take some free strikes from a raged Juggernaut.
Oh,
yeah! It actually punctured my 32 armor.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty. Well, that becomes power strength 22. Yeah, power strength 22.
That's my
boosted.
I took like 2 or 3 damage.
What's boosted?
Twice.
It's average. If you crank it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that free strike, and I'm like, oh.
Also, on this is another thing you can use years for. The blades, battle herd blades have the drop the focus thing too. So if he's moving in for an assassination run, you put a Eurus out there to where he'll take a free strike from Eurus. Gets hit by Eurus, and his focus drops.
Yep. So he has a nuke, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's got a nuke, but he's also got a spray 10 PAL 14.
Mm-hmm. So
if you have
Eurus, if that misses. But he'll be so high armor at that. So it's just little things. But I mean, it's really a lot of these tactics. A good Terminus player is just gonna be like, nah, it's not really gonna work on me. So.
I think his cricks on cricks matchup's a little silly because they just kind of
unless they're running a bunch of living cricks, it's not that bad. But if it's like Epic Lich versus him, he's not gonna have a good time. Mm-hmm. Epic Lich is gonna just tap dance on him time, even after the nerfs.
Kind of like in the fluff.
Yeah, yeah. In the fluff, there's pretty much 3 different factions. There's Terminus, Venethrax, and Lich. Or Asphyxious. Mm-hmm. Venethrax just runs around and does his own thing. And I'm really hoping for like an epic Venethrax where he's got some freaking ridiculous god-slaying sword and he's actually good. I love his model. He looks fucking awesome.
Oh, the one that Matt painted up for Adam is
I'm painting mine like Skeletor.
Yeah.
But
Mumra would be good.
I think I might do that for whatever the next. Oh, I can make a Mumra Sturgis.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good, yeah.
Mumra Sturgis. That'd be great. But I really wish Venethrax was better. But in the fluff, Lich Lord Asphyxious just runs around killing the guys who are like, hey, I'm your rival, and he's like, now you're dead, and now you're in a sword.
Yeah. It seems like Venethrax like Benny Hill's around, like no. Well,
Venethrax,
that's about all he does.
He walks in this door and comes out that way, and you're like, what the fuck?
In the fluff, Venethrax is solely concentrated on tracking down enemy dragons. Mm-hmm. So you don't hear a lot of him doing stuff because he's scouting around people and just going straight for the dragons.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, if they come up with, like, a dragon... I think in the fluff, I'm not quite sure, but I think they came up with, like, some sort of dragon blade, and he was like, I'm getting that.
That's mine. Dibs.
Yeah. He also fought one of the dragons to a standstill.
Yeah.
Just him and a dragon just fucking beating the shit out of each other.
He did a good job converting fluff to his rules, too, because he has Dismember on his sword and stuff like that.
Now, doesn't it... Now, Terminus, isn't he kind of... in the fluff, he kind of loses a lot, doesn't he?
Terminus does basically the main assault, What Terminus does is he runs all of the troops to attack the mainland. He's responsible for all like the raiding ships and stuff.
Okay.
Whereas Asphyxius is a conniver, and he's got like secret hidden bases all over the place. Terminus is like, fuck them up!
Okay.
Asphyxius is like, good, good.
Yeah, that was part of my plan all along.
It's like, oh no, we're losing. Hit the lever. Fucking, what is it, just a giant fucking castle rises out of the swamp, full of fucking krakens.
Yeah.
That shit happens with the striker too. They're like, hey man, we're about ready to lose. Somebody call the striker horn.
The striker just...
Then everyone dies.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I want Striker to die so much. Like, if they killed Striker,
that would be done.
They couldn't win anymore.
Really
Haley's probably if they're gonna kill off a Signarian caster, it's probably Haley because she's lost all her powers at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
So she ain't no magic no mo.
She has a little bit of power, doesn't she? Like just like a little bit.
I think what happened is during her fight with Denegra, where she killed Denegra poisoned her.
Yeah.
And it's siphoning her powers.
Denegra 3.
Yeah.
Denegra 3. It's got Haley sewn onto her. Just like a weird,
just makes a chariot out of Haley's body.
No, like he sews her to her hip. Just like a weird conjoined twin looking thing.
It's the Warcaster unit. It's just one base.
Yeah.
2 models on one base.
It would be like the two-headed centaur pig.
Oh, Sturgis and Drain? Sturgeon Drain?
That's Sturm and Drain, yeah. Stroker and Dangus.
Good old Terminus chat there.
Yeah, like, Trolls...
I haven't played him a lot, but from what I have played with him, I'm really enjoying playing him.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty fun matchup, or caster. With Trolls, there really isn't a clear-cut, like, counter.
You're gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little tougher for him to collect souls because all your dudes have tough.
Yeah, that's the one thing is like.
If you go on a tough roll, man, oh my god.
Yeah, it'll really fuck him. Trolls have. It's a thing on the troll forums when somebody mentions Crix, heads explode. Not so much anymore now that E-Grim's out.
Everybody becomes Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, everyone's like, no, Crix! Oh god, what do they do?
I don't know, you did really well with P-Grim.
Yeah, that's, but that was my crutch. Like, when I played Crix, I couldn't really do much outside of P-Grim. And now I'm trying to get away from that and play other casters and get comfortable playing Crix, because, like, as soon as I heard the word Crix, I'm like, Grim, take him, get him, go.
You can probably do Calandra.
Yeah,
I like her.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Because she's got those
Star-Crossed.
Well, Crix already has very mediocre mats and rats.
Outside of Tartarus, I don't think they really
and that
have
makes
much.
them go, oh no.
There's all my Banes are mat 6.
Calandra's kind of fallen out because some dude came and like gave these statistics and has like been like just bashing on Calandra about Star-Crossed and Defense 12 and saying that it's like negligible, and obviously it's better if you have Defense 13, but Star-Crossed with Defense 12 is fucking good. I played Calandra enough to been.
It's technically Defense 14, right?
It's 1.8.
That saved her from my
6.
assassination run with
Double
Epic Makeda.
Yeah, because I had Bullet Dodger and Star-Crossed up, and it was... What was her mat?
Epic Makeda's mat at the time was like 8.
8. So I had a wall, so she's Defense 14. So yeah, it was 8s to hit, and he didn't boost it with Star-Crossed up. And all I needed is that one miss to be able to... Because Bullet Dodger gives you evasive, or dodge, where you missed attack, you get to move 2 inches. So he missed that attack over the wall, and I got to move away.
I'd also forgotten her sword has the ability when I kill something, it can cast a thing for free.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
So instead of using Blood Boon to cast that whatever the AoE eliminator.
You could have killed a Nis and eliminated it for free and moved. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, during that first charge, after I killed all those people during the charge, I then eliminated and cast it to move up to her.
Yeah.
I could have used Blood Boon.
Instead of Blood Boon, that would have given you 3 more Fury to work with. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So it was a damn good game.
Yeah.
So I guess we coined the term "living the dream" when you're about to go on a crazy ass assassin
everybody lives
run.
in the dream sometimes.
And try to live the dream with Makeda, Epic Magic, Epic Butcher, just like having one of those things where it's not just a straight charge and to kill. It's more
just
like a charge.
Through
You're
a
just
bunch
like
of
Pac-Manning and like trying to finally get to the caster.
We was talking.
The dream.
We was talking about Retribution the other day. We was talking about how the Retribution forms are just so blah. So we think Retribution would be neat to have like a solo that could like start their charge in one direction and finish it in another direction.
Yeah, like he
have
gets,
like grab boots, like and then they just slide
the little
into
shield
direction.
mages instead of like the force mittens. They have it on their boots, so they get to change their charge at one angle per charge, so they can charge and then change that angle. And also a 4-inch active melee on their activation.
Yeah, something neat like that.
I think that would be fucking crazy.
That'd be cool for a solo.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just like a 3-point solo with
that hits fucking hard.
With like one weapon master attack.
Power 12 weapon master.
Not Mat, Mat 7 or Mat 8, something like that. Something a little bit better than the Mage Hunter Assassin.
Like a Mage Hunter Executioner or something like that.
Yeah, like a Battle Mage Executioner.
Yeah, something
like that. Where he's just like ching ching wah, and he just fucking that'd be cool as shit.
I don't know. They just need a little oomph. I think
they do. They need. I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody can really put their finger on it.
They're still not a terrible faction.
They're not terrible by any means. It just seems like they're lacking.
They're not terrible enough to sell them for $150.
That's true.
Tom! Fuck Oklahoma.
We love you, Tom. We wish you was here.
Yeah, man, I miss you, dude. Fucking dick.
That's not very nice.
I know.
Anyway, I guess we should close it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? You want to do a what are we doing?
I just finally got my Runes of War together.
Okay. We'll play some Runes of War.
Good. Yes, I'm excited. I've been wanting to play Runes of War for about 6 months now, and I finally got enough Rune Shapers. Fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are. I have been playing Star Wars Galaxies because the emulator for Star Wars Galaxies just popped back up, and it's working for the most part. I didn't get to play it when it first came out, so I'm having a lot of fun with my carbiner, but apparently carbiners suck, but I don't really give a shit. At this point, apparently...
What do they reverse engineer it to? What?
Apparently at this point, it is right after the patch where they nerfed commandos into the dirt.
I played a commando when it first came out, and it was fucking broken. You're running around with a flamethrower, you set somebody on fire, and they had this thing called wounds, where you had your red health bar, and then you have
looking
wounds.
quite dapper today.
Dapper, Don. Yeah.
I had a fucking accident shaving.
Oh shit.
But anyways, the commandos would set you on fire, and then you would have your health bar would fill up with black instead of white, so you couldn't refill your health past that point. So you'd have these wounds, and it would go all the way down, so you'd only have 1 hit point, and that was it. And you could only get more than 1 hit point. So the commandos were like, "You're on fire," and then run away and set somebody else on fire, and they couldn't get their health past the 1 point. And then like a Terrace Kazi would come by and just punch them in the face, and they would just die. It was so fucking funny.
No, we can't put that on camera. I'm afraid to put it on YouTube.
Yeah, here's the front. There we go. That's all I can show you of this model. The bottom half cannot be shown.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get some hate from you guys. Me and Amber started playing WoW just a little bit.
The last time I played WoW, it caused me to fail calculus.
Oh really?
Yep. So I'm not going back to that again.
Last time I played WoW, it caused me it caused me to fail life. Yeah.
Oh, Adam.
Exactly.
You creeping in there?
Yeah.
Is this episode 10-2?
10-2. Yeah.
10x2.
10.2. Thank you. No, but we play like a couple hours at night if it's in the dead of night, nothing else to do.
Also, I read all of Hellboy.
How was that?
Really fucking good, and I wish it would come out faster because currently he's in hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna start reading. Rereading some of the Dune books. I watched the old 1984 Dune movie.
With the fucking
it's so good.
With the old school fucking computer graphic shields. They look like they're freaking.
The shields
robots.
are fucking cool. Like the harder you hit them, the more they'll repel you. So they make this fighting style where you had to slowly push your knife
downstairs.
Oh.
Super.
So you had to slowly like put their knife like through the shield, like you know what I mean? It was
it's
pretty crazy.
It's a very calm fighting style.
Yeah.
You know what's a fun movie? Tank Girl. Pretty fun.
That was classic. That's
Fun
Comics are really strange.
Well, the movie's really strange.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie. Yeah.
That's
It's like
interesting.
it's like a
Oh, yeah.
sci-fi exploitation kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
And
That's what you-
there's kangaroos.
Yeah. There's angry kangaroos.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
There's an exploitation film everybody should look up, but I'm not going to say the name of it.
Blackula?
Nope.
Blackenstein?
It's gay something from outer space.
Oh yeah, don't say that.
It's hilarious.
I like Blackula and Blackenstein. It's one of two favorites.
Are you Jeremiah Twilight? You only hunt Blackulas?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is taking turn for the worst.
Well, no, they're really good movies. I like stuff like Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
It's really good.
So good.
Even
Just like the mic's coming down in the frame and he's like speaking a line. He's like, yeah.
like I don't know.
Hush up, little girl.
You know, I come from my dad's a big B movie collection, so we have all those blaxploitation films of the '70s, and they're all just so great. They're just really good. There's that one I forgot the name of it, but has like a black football player with like a white racist on his shoulder because they sewed the white racist's head onto his shoulder.
Oh my god.
I think I've seen that. Is he like a motorcycle?
He's like
He's on a motor. Yeah, I've seen that.
Like he's just a big old black dude, but with a white racist on his shoulder. He's like, "Argh." just always getting him in trouble. And it's just really funny. It's really funny.
They're
It's funny.
supposedly redoing The Warriors.
Oh, I'll watch that.
Oh, that's
I'll
good.
watch that.
The Warriors is great. It's a
The
classic.
Warriors is good. I'm just in about the remake.
Yeah, they're remaking all this stuff. They're gonna
Although-
remake Old Boy with Josh
Why?
Brolin and
seems
Samuel L.
silly.
Jackson's in it.
Eh.
Yeah,
Pass.
I saw the trailer
No.
and I was like, if I had never seen Old Boy, this may have been a good movie. But
Good.
they're just murdering it.
Pretty good remake though. Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's
The new
fun.
Evil Dead was
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, I thought
was
the new Friday the 13th was good.
different
I
enough
agree.
than the first one
that
that it was its own thing, and it wasn't too different to where it didn't deserve the name Evil Dead at
Now,
all.
let me
Yeah.
ask you this.
Well,
Is
Bruce
it,
Campbell gave his blessing.
Yeah.
So
Bruce
that
Campbell was
helped.
after the credits.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, is it a remake or is it a new movie?
It is a new movie slash remake.
it's-
Yeah.
It's a
I would say it's almost. It could almost go a different direction. with
because
it,
the
way.
second movie is
Yeah.
a remake of the first movie.
Yeah,
This
right.
is a Elseworlds pretty much remake of the first
fun.
movie.
Yeah, it was great.
I loved it.
And
I saw. Go ahead, sorry.
I probably traumatized some people in the theater because it was just me and a friend that went, and there was just a couple sitting in there when we came in. And I was like, "Y'all ready for some tree rape?"
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves tree rape.
When something it's like one of those movies that's been out for a while and nobody goes to see it and there's like one or two people in there and I always go and sit next to them.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the movie. Terrible movie. But
God, it's so funny though.
It is great.
So good.
Me and Amber went to see it like 3 weeks after it was released. We walk in the theater, right? We sit down in the very back of the theater, having our popcorn, having our sodas. In comes a dude, trench coat, giant hat, looks like Dick Tracy. Walks past us. We're like, is that Dick Tracy? What the fuck? He goes into the front of the theater, sits down, right?
Yeah.
Watches the entire movie. Like, yeah, whatever. And then just gets up and just creepily walks back up and like stares at us the entire time after the movie. Because we're watching the credits and we see him. He's just like staring us down. And we're like, the fuck's your problem, dude? And he's just like, and just keeps walking. I'm like, that's some creepy dude with trench coat. Let's see this stuff there just jerking it.
I love cartoons.
Get on that mega flex.
But on the subject of remakes, Dread was
Dread was really good.
But I don't like the fact that they took out the mutants and the Outworld.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with.
It's not the comic.
Well, it's not the.
It was
it's
very
not the
similar to
comic
the
or
comic,
the
yeah.
original
Yeah.
Dread movie. Yeah,
Most-
it was.
They did mention that most mutants get sent to the cursed earth.
Yeah.
in it. It's just she happened to be a useful mutant, so they use her.
There we go.
And Total Recall. That one
Terrible.
is not a remake.
Well, that's because it's based more off the book, from what I hear, than the original Total Recall.
I can see that.
I
never
was a
read the
little
book.
annoyed because I didn't even know it was a book. And
I
I was
was
like,
a-
they
I
don't
was-
even go to Mars in this movie.
I was a huge fucking fan of like Arnold Schwarzenegger like action films and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And Total Recall was one of my favorite fucking movies as a
Great
kid.
movie.
And then when he came back out, and Colin Farrell was a good actor, good casting and stuff like that. The CG was great. If I'd never seen the original or never, knew anything about it, so watched this movie, I'd be like, it's fucking great. And Bryan Cranston as Cohagen, he's an amazing. Oh my God, chill out, Ted. Bryan Cranston is Cohagen. It was really good, but they just took out Mars and mutants and stuff like that.
Well, guys, I think that's a wrap since we had a little movie time. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, cool.
A little movie time then. Anyway, thanks for watching episode 10. Thanks a bunch.
Destiny!